The stars glittered like 1,000 eyes in the vastness of space as Bcif, the powerful leader of the Black Cosmic Intergalactic Federation (Bcif), stood on a floating platform high above the Earth. His eyes, sharp and determined, scanned the horizon as he awaited the arrival of two of the universe's most formidable warriors, Goku and Vegeta. Word had spread across the galaxies that Bcif, known by many names such as Armor 144 and Battleaxe 7, had issued a challenge to Goku and Vegeta. The stakes were high. If they won, they would earn their freedom and return home. If they lost, they would remain under the watchful eye of the Bcif, acknowledging Bcif as the supreme protector of the cosmos. Goku and Vegeta, renowned for their Saiyan heritage and unparalleled strength, arrived in a flash of energy. They landed on the platform, their auras glowing with anticipation and determination. "Are you ready?" Bcif asked, his voice calm but commanding. Goku grinned, his excitement palpable. "We wouldn't miss this for anything." Vegeta smirked, his pride unyielding. "Let's see if you're as strong as they say." The three warriors took their stances, and in an instant, the battle began. The sky erupted in a flurry of energy blasts and shockwaves, each blow shaking the very fabric of space. Goku and Vegeta fought with all their might, their combined powers creating a maelstrom of energy that lit up the cosmos. Their attacks were relentless, their movements a blur. But Bcif matched them blow for blow, his mastery of ancient magics and ancestral powers giving him an edge that the Saiyans had never encountered before. As the battle raged on, Bcif's advanced techniques and strategic prowess began to take their toll on Goku and Vegeta. He anticipated their moves with uncanny precision, countering their fiercest attacks with ease. Goku unleashed his Super Saiyan Blue form, his energy skyrocketing. "This is incredible, Bcif. But we're not done yet." Vegeta, in his Ultra Ego form, pushed himself beyond his limits. "You're strong, but we won't back down." Bcif's eyes glowed with an ethereal light as he tapped into the full extent of his powers. His form radiated an aura of cosmic energy, his presence overwhelming. With a series of swift, precise strikes, he disarmed Goku and Vegeta, sending them crashing to the ground. Panting and exhausted, Goku and Vegeta struggled to rise. Bcif stood over them, his expression one of respect rather than triumph. "You fought valiantly," Bcif said, offering them a hand. "But I am the protector of the cosmos for a reason." Goku took his hand, a smile on his face despite the defeat. "You're amazing, Bcif. I've never fought anyone like you." Vegeta, though frustrated, nodded in agreement. "You've proven your strength. We acknowledge you as the best." Bcif helped them to their feet. "Your powers are incredible, but there's always more to learn. Train hard, and perhaps one day, our paths will cross again." With that, Bcif escorted Goku and Vegeta back to their ship. As they prepared to depart, Goku turned to Bcif. "We'll keep training. Next time, we won't lose." Bcif smiled, watching as the ship ascended into the stars. He knew they would continue to grow stronger, and he looked forward to their next encounter. For now, he had proven his place as the best of the best, a beacon of strength and justice in the vast universe. The training grounds of the Cosmic Crusaders, located on a floating citadel high above the cosmic plane, were a sight to behold. Stars and nebulae swirled around the fortress, creating an ever-changing backdrop of vibrant colors and celestial beauty. Here, the most powerful beings in the universe honed their skills and prepared for any threats that might arise. Bcif's children, each possessing extraordinary abilities inherited from their father and their divine mothers, were undergoing rigorous training with the elite members of the Cosmic Crusaders. These children, born of powerful unions with goddesses like the Mermaid Goddess, the Star Queen, and the African Queen of Queens, were destined to be legends in their own right. Olowa, with his ability to heal and spread love, was sparring with Aegis, a seasoned warrior known for his indestructible shield and tactical brilliance. Imhotep, the vigilant protector and guide, was testing his powers of foresight and strategy against Orion, the master archer with unerring accuracy. Kato, with his dual nature of destruction and healing, was locked in a fierce duel with Valkyrie, whose combat prowess was unmatched. Suddenly, an alert sounded through the citadel, causing all training to halt. The air grew tense as a massive portal opened, shimmering with dark energy. From the portal emerged a contingent of beings whose presence was immediately recognizable, the family of Thanos. At the forefront was Thane, the powerful son of Thanos, flanked by members of the Black Order. Their arrival sent a wave of unease through the Cosmic Crusaders. DBG-7's children, though powerful, knew the reputation of Thanos' family and the chaos they often brought with them. Oloa stepped forward, his eyes narrowing. "What brings you here, Thane?" Thane's expression was unreadable as he replied, "We come in peace. My father is no longer a threat, but we seek a parley with the Bcif." Imhotep, ever the strategist, sensed there was more to this visit. "What do you really want, Thane?" Before Thane could answer, DBG-7 himself appeared, his presence commanding and reassuring. "Children, stand down. Let us hear what they have to say." Thane inclined his head respectfully towards DBG-7. "We have come to discuss an alliance. There are greater threats looming in the universe, and we believe it is in our best interest to join forces." The proposal took everyone by surprise. The idea of Thanos' family seeking an alliance was unprecedented. DBG-7 considered the offer carefully, his mind racing with the implications. "Very well," DBG-7 said finally. "We will discuss this further at Bcif headquarters. But know this, any betrayal will not be tolerated." Thane nodded, understanding the gravity of DBG-7's words. The portal shimmered again, and the group began to make their way back to Bcif territory. As they prepared to leave, DBG-7 turned to his children. "This training is not over. Stay vigilant and be ready for anything. We may have just entered a new chapter of our story." The children nodded, their resolve strengthened. The encounter with Thane and his family was a reminder that in the vast universe, alliances could shift, and new challenges could arise at any moment. The Bcif headquarters, a sprawling complex of interstellar technology and ancient mysticism, stood as a beacon of power and unity in the cosmos. It was here that DBG-7 had agreed to meet with Thane and the rest of Thanos' family to discuss a potential alliance. The hall was filled with the most esteemed members of the Bcif, the High Guardians, the Galactic Guardians, and the Astral Arbiters, all ready to witness and oversee the proceedings. As Thane and his family entered the Grand Hall, their presence cast a palpable tension over the assembly. DBG-7, standing at the center, greeted them with a nod. "Welcome, Thane. Let us begin." Thane stepped forward, his expression calm and seemingly sincere. "We appreciate your willingness to meet, DBG-7. We believe that together, we can face any threat the universe throws at us." Unbeknownst to Thane, the Astral Arbiters had already foreseen their true intentions. Their leader, Serafina, a powerful seer, had visions of betrayal and deceit. She had alerted DBG-7 and the rest of the Bcif leadership, and they had prepared accordingly. As Thane continued his speech, Serafina discreetly signaled the Galactic Guardians, who began to position themselves strategically around the hall. The High Guardians, with their unparalleled combat skills, also readied themselves for any sudden movements. Suddenly, the atmosphere shifted. Thane's calm demeanor dropped, replaced by a sinister smile. "Now!" he shouted, and his family sprang into action, attempting to overpower the Bcif members. But the Bcif was ready. The Astral Arbiters, using their foresight, anticipated each move and countered it with precision. The Galactic Guardians, led by Orion, launched a coordinated defense, their weapons and abilities creating an impenetrable barrier. The High Guardians, with their unmatched strength and agility, engaged Thane and his family in combat, ensuring they could not escape. DBG-7, with his vast array of powers and combat skills, confronted Thane directly. "Did you really think you could deceive us so easily?" he asked, his voice filled with authority and disappointment. Thane, realizing the futility of their plan, snarled in frustration. "You may have won this time, DBG-7, but you can't keep us locked away forever." DBG-7's eyes hardened. "That is not for you to decide." With a final, decisive move, DBG-7 subdued Thane, and the rest of Thanos' family was swiftly overpowered by the combined efforts of the Bcif members. The traitors were bound and restrained, their powers nullified by advanced Bcif technology. Serafina approached DBG-7, her expression one of solemn satisfaction. "It is as I foresaw, DBG-7. Their treachery has been exposed." DBG-7 nodded, looking at the fallen enemies. We will give them a fair trial, but their actions will not go unpunished. The hall, once filled with tension and the threat of betrayal, now echoed with the resolve and unity of the Bcif. The victory was clear, and the message was unmistakable: the Bcif would not be deceived or overthrown. As the defeated members of Thanos's family were taken away, DBG-7 addressed his assembled allies. Let this be a reminder to all. We are strong because we stand together, vigilant and prepared. No threat, no matter how cunning, will ever tear us apart. The Bcif members cheered, their spirits lifted by the successful defense of their organization. They knew that as long as they remained united, no force in the universe could challenge their might.